Hello and welcome here for tonight as we are here in Cyprus in our fifth game of the World Cup qualifiers as we do take on Cyprus here away from home, and we are joined by in the gantry with Ian Wright and also Alan Shearer. But let's start the first question here off here before the game with Ian Wright. A very big game for Britain. We've been very consistent in the group stages so far to try and get through into the major tournament of the World Cup of next year. We know that we're halfway there. We haven't played Cyprus yet so far in the World Cup qualifiers. But what do you think we could take out of this game here for tonight, Ian? A lot of confidence, of course, to come here and get a result. I think that's the first thing that I'd say about the Great Britain team. I know that this team's the favourites, obviously, by miles away from Cyprus, but you can't underestimate Cyprus because look what they did last competition when they actually qualified into a major tournament and got into the Euros of last year. And they got a lot to play still in terms of their matchup here at home. And they're not going to make it easy for us here in the game. And we know that we have to try and be this aggressive. We've got to show our quality in the game and to pick up some points, of course, in this group for any somehow chance to get us to qualify automatically into the World Cup of next year. Any takes, of course, for Alan? What's your thoughts on your point of view about Britain in this match against Cyprus? Of course, there's a massive chance for us in this game to pick up a 3 points, as we are obviously going to get another 9 points at least, or 8 points to try and obviously qualify into the World Cup major tournament, as we are currently first in the group, obviously. We know that Ukraine and also Slovenia are both fighting out obviously each other in that second place, and they are a little bit further away where we're currently at. And all we have to worry about now is to carry on winning games now. We've got to play another 5 games of this qualifier, the qualifier for the World Cup of next year. But a win here, obviously, here for tonight will be one step closer to that moment. And we know that there's going to be a very good chance for us to go through to the World Cup for sure. And I don't see any problems on Gareth Southgate's lineup before the game between these two sides here for tonight. Thank you very much there, Alan. And let's get straight now to the coverage here of Matchday 5 of the World Cup qualifiers here on BBC as Cyprus, the home team, as they will take on here Great Britain. And let's get to that match right now between the two sides. And let's get straight into this matchup here for tonight as we have Cyprus here are the home team, as they take on here against Great Britain. A massive game this is on the cards here, by the way, between these two countries. As we know that for Britain, they are obviously here away from home, trying to make something out of themselves here and get themselves another 3 points on their table to try and be more consistent enough to try and qualify into the next round of the competition of the World Cup. But this is the official lineup right here, ladies and gentlemen, for Cyprus. We have as the team for them. We know that for Cyprus they qualified also for their first ever major tournament of last year in the Euros. And they actually took on Great Britain, the hosts, from last year. But now these two countries play each other in the World Cup qualifiers. And we know Cyprus are not anywhere near from that playoff position or anywhere near Britain in the table. But maybe hope for Cyprus to turn the tables and try and get some consistent wins under their belts for a chance maybe to be the talking point for them to try and get into the FIFA World Cup of next year in 2026. But here we go, and let's get underway the matchup here between the two countries. As Britain now the ball, pass it there now to Foden, now to Lafis, now to now to Caro now to Stollerud now to Tosnis, now to Trent Alexander-Arnold now. Phil Foden. Now here's all the way. Now Kristyov. And now all the way again here. Cyprus a chance to score, and the keeper right there got his hand on that. And now throws it away. Now a header. No. And now is Kristyov. Has a shot, and it's gone right there to the keeper's hands. Now Jordan Henderson. Saka. Rashford. Rashford has a shot. Maybe not. It's gone to the keeper right there now for kick-ass there for Cyprus in this game. We played 20 minutes so far currently. And now it's a chance here now for Henderson. Save right there to the goalkeeper. And that could have been a chance right there for a goal. Now it's going to be here, looks like here, a goal kick in the matchup here for Cyprus here. Now Kicknass will take the goal kick here. And very quiet so far between Cyprus and Britain so far in the first half. We only played like half an hour nearly. Now Scott McTominay. And now is again pass there now to Caro. And now Castias. Header away. Now Jordan Henderson. Now it's Bukayo Saka. Now Kane. And now it's Kristiov. And now it's Andy Robertson now to Tyrone Mings. The Brighton defender now to Bukayo Saka. Now Rashford. Rashford's through. And then Cyprus won the ball back. Covered that nicely. Almost half time by the way. And now clearance all the way now away from Cyprus here. And now Kristiov. Mings. And that's going to be a free kick. Free kick given in the game. And that's going to be a free kick so far in the matchup. And now is Kakinos. Now Castanos. Now a header. And now we are almost half time in the game here between Cyprus and Britain. And it's all over. And the half time score in Cyprus as it ends Cyprus 0, Great Britain 0 at the end of the first half of the game. And let's get straight now to the matchup here between Cyprus and Britain. And here we go. And goalless in that first half. And we see what happens the second. Here's to Marcus Rashford. And I'll pass there now to Caro. Now, lost it back here now again. Here is Jordan Henderson. And now Rashford. Oh, could have been very close there, but clearance away there from Cyprus here. And now here's Tesnios. Now Scott McTominay. And now Jordan Henderson. Now Kane. Now Saka. And now Henderson. Good block. Now clearance away. Henderson. And now is Tosnios. And now is a chance for Cyprus to really push forward here now. Here's McTominay. Now Foden. And now Rashford. And that's going to be a free kick. It's been given. The referee right there points to the free kick. As Henderson right there was failed. And Cyprus have obviously given away a free kick. And now a chance for Britain to try and get something out of this now. And now Andy Robertson has a shot. Hits the wall though of Cyprus here now. Here's Trent. Foden. And now all the way there now to Trent Alexander-Arnold here now. McTominay. And now here, okay, throw it here now for Britain here. And now throw there now to Phil Foden. Now here's the Trent. Cross in. Header. Oh, post. Oh, that was close right there. Header there from Harry Kane. And it hit the post. Now there's a chance to go 1-0 up. But it's still 0-0 by the way. And Cyprus really hang on for dear life. Back heel now to Kane. And Kane finally scores. within 10 minutes to spare before the end of the game. What a goal right there from Harry Kane there. Back heel from Marcus Rashford. Right there to Harry Kane. And then Kane hits it with his left foot in that bottom corner. Great attack, I've got to say there. But Marcus Rashford back here was brilliant. Brilliant and perfect. And the Cyprus defenders right there just watched Harry Kane to score that past them. It would be nice if Cyprus hanged on for another 10 minutes before the end of the game to try and get a point out of them. And they'll be the major threats, obviously, for Cyprus, Great Britain, as they're currently ruled in this group. They are to try and go through into the World Cup of next year. Now Kane's through again, 1v1 again, and a goal again to make it 2. As Kane makes it 2 here for Britain. And Cyprus are definitely quiet now, because Cyprus might have a little bit of confidence maybe to get the draw out of this matchup here for tonight. But Britain scored 2 goals from the exact one-man player who scored 2 goals here for tonight. And that man is Mr. Harry Kane. And I've got to say, good pass in McTominay right there to Rashford. Nice pass there from Rashford right there to Kane. Great teamwork between all those players involved. And Kane slots it home. And now it's 2-0 here in the game for Great Britain. And that's a very, very big win here on Matchday 5 in the World Cup qualifiers. And now Caro. Header. And now to Efnim. And now Cyprus now okay. Free kick for Cyprus. Not long left the game to go, by the way. As it is currently, by the way, a free kick for Cyprus. And see what comes out from this. And now Cyprus will have a chance here from a goal. Header right there from Britain. Rashford. McTominay. And now it's McTominay here. Foden. Could be 3 maybe. And that's going to be all over for full time, ladies and gentlemen. As Great Britain are guaranteed 3 points and 1 step closer to qualify for the FIFA World Cup as it ends Cyprus 0, Great Britain 2 here tonight. A massive victory right there for Britain. It took them very late in the game to score 2 goals. And 2 goals came from Harry Kane in the matchup. 0-0 in the half-time break. Second half came and scored 2 past the Cyprus keeper. Any thoughts about the whole matchup, Ian, in terms of Britain's late 2 goals by the end of the matchup here for this evening? Well, we know how a real big game this really was for Britain to try and guarantee 3 points. And they did that. Bit disappointing maybe that Britain didn't create their chances in the first half of the matchup, but you've got to give Harry Kane the credit. He was a man, was in the right position, in the right time. He knew where to put the ball in past the Cyprus goalkeeper. He's got his reward because of those 2 goals here for tonight, and that really puts him a little bit more better in terms of confidence now of the result here for tonight, because we all thought maybe now Cyprus might get a draw out of us in this World Cup qualifier. But yeah, great 2 goals from Kane, and he was really resilient. He was to score 2 in the matchup and being very consistent to be putting the ball into the back of the net for the first goal and also the second goal in the game to really make Britain be the better team to walk out of Cyprus with the 3 points to try and get 1 step closer now into the FIFA World Cup for next summer. And what about you, Alan? What's your thoughts also from the result here for Britain? I agree with Ian right next to me. I do agree in terms of, he said about the disappointment that obviously Britain didn't create their chances in the first half of the game. But at the same time, we got the 2 late goals from Harry Kane, and he was a very, let's say, real good tennis man up front. And he does that at Tottenham, and his club he plays for at Spurs. And he's done that here for Britain. And I think Gareth Southgate has a lot of, let's say, confidence in terms of the player of Harry Kane. He can deliver that in terms of goals as a player in the team for Great Britain. And he's delivered that very nice and comfortably, of course. And that's a massive win. And I can really be proud of how Britain came out of the second half and scored 2 late goals in the game to guarantee 3 points in the qualifying rounds. Thank you very much, you two. And now let's get to the official table and results of Matchday 5 of the World Cup qualifier here for this evening. And the official World Cup qualifier table as it stands here for tonight. as Great Britain are top with 13 points and they're 4 points clear from Ukraine, who are currently second, while Slovenia are also third on the exact same points together with 8 points. As for Iceland, they are currently fourth with 7 points, and that means that Cyprus are fifth with 3 points, and last place we have is San Marino. But as of the official results here for Matchday 5, Cyprus 0, Great Britain 2, Slovenia 1, Ukraine 1, and San Marino 0, Iceland 1. And also coming up on Sunday, as Great Britain do play against San Marino away from home, as the next fixture coming up here on BBC for Matchday 6 of the World Cup qualifier. And that's all we have time for here for tonight for international football for Great Britain here. They won 2-0 away from home against Cyprus by 2 late goals from Harry Kane. And now we move on to Sunday as Britain will take on San Marino, another away game for Matchday 6. But until then, here on BBC for Sunday for Matchday 6, have a very good night.